Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's continue our Factorio playthrough. So, this whole row is useless. And it's fine. We're just going to disassemble it. We're not going to use regular furnaces anymore. We'll keep the power in the center up though, just because I want to make sure that it's connected. Get rid of our old furnaces that have coal in them. Good old copper production. You served me well. But we have better production now. The other thing that we should also consider doing is getting effectivity modules going to make these things not cost quite so much power. What's going on with you? Why aren't you working? We don't even have enough copper to run all of them. Okay, in that case, let's save these. You can always add back to this later. And you can reach that far. So copper goes out. And let's see if we can switch iron production up to this now. Iron comes straight in. I think again we just build it. Let's do something like this. Now we can disconnect this line, I think. Good. No power out. Great. Are you finished making stuff yet? No, you are still working away. Still, I'm going to grab the pipes and I'm going to move this whole assembly now. I don't want it here anymore. We're going to take this thing over to where the lubrication is. We do need more iron. Okay, you are making stuff. You need pipe. We have pipe. Here, take almost all of it. Actually, take all of it because I've got some in my inventory. You also need steel. You can have most of my steel. And you need iron gear wheels. You can have all of them. You, in addition, need electronic circuits, which I don't have any of for you. And you are out of supply of. Take these engine units, and I will see if I can go procure you some electronic engines. Actually, how big is our robo network? Oh, damn it. It just barely doesn't extend into that spot. Let's move it. To about there. Okay, so we are about to make 18 logistics robots. I also want to make some construction robots, because they are useful to have. So we've got this logistics network. Well, what does that mean? It means that it will keep track of all of the stuff that's in the network, and I can use it to control where things go. For instance, anything that's in this chest I can send somewhere by using a requester chest. So let's just go over here, and it's not efficient yet, and it's certainly better in most cases to use transport belts, but let's just change this chest. Instead of it being a wooden chest, we'll make it into a requester chest. Okay, now we can say in this logistics thing, what is it that you want? Well, I want you to request electronic circuits. Let's say that you are going to request, I don't know, 50 of them. Now, if there are any any electronic circuits in the logistics system storage, a robot will bring them to this chest, as long as it's within the orange square of the logistic network. The green square represents construction area. So robots can fly around and build things out there if you tell them to. You do that with blueprints or with shift queuing. So let's see. There are no electronic circuits in the network. We need to get electronic circuits being placed in the network automatically. So to do that, we use either an active provider or a passive provider. The only main difference between these two is that the active provider's goods will be stored if a robot has nothing to do. Passive provider will just stay where it is no matter what. So let's say, for example, I have spare electronic circuits and I've got other construction nearby and I want these goods to stay near where they need to be used. Well, then a passive provider would be better. But on the other hand, if I'm transferring electronic circuits from here over to there, and for some reason that thing is full, I would like them to bring them to the middle point of the base. And so an active provider would make more sense. In this case, we will just use passive providers because they are typically less work for the robot. Okay, so we have robots. We have 18. Ready? Fly, my pretties! And they have nothing to do, so they're just... I'm going home. I'm just going to fly to a roboport and go to sleep. See ya. But we have a bunch of them now. Oh, and we researched the logistic robot speed. They're already faster than normal. 35% bonus speed. The next one makes them even quicker. Allowing them to carry more would be nice, but that's a bit luxurious, I think, at this point. Let's do inserter item stack size bonus, just because that's a cheap research and good for us. Okay, so we actually have a stockpile of electronic circuits. So what we're going to do is we're going to put down a smart inserter, and because it's part of the logistic network now, we can program it to do a lot more. So we're going to put down one of our chests, the passive provider, and we're going to talk to the smart inserter. We're going to tell it to pick up these things, and we're going to set a condition. The logistic network condition. I want you to pick up electronic circuits if the amount of electronic circuits in the network is less than, say, I don't know, 100 for now. Notice the robots are already coming, and it's going to be a long journey, but they're going to fly those things all the way over to that. Now, right now, it's very inefficient because they're slow, and there aren't very many of the robots, and it would be better to just create a path and bring them over myself. But later on, the robots will be able to carry multiple items, and they'll fly faster, and there's going to be hundreds of them. So they will become very efficient over time at just moving stuff wherever you want it to go. And this is a point in the game that gets very exciting in my mind, because soon we're going to be able to make blueprints. We're going to be able to tell robots to make things for us, which is awesome. So they've actually... He's cleared through most of that stuff. Most of the time he's going to be picking them up. We can also use advanced things here to prevent this thing from making anything. Why did you stop, by the way? Copper cable. Copper cable is being all used up here. We need more copper. Part of the issue is that we're boxing copper. Let's tell the logistics network that that is a provider chest. Okay, so this copper is now available for use within the network. If we're going to box it, it should at least be available to things that request it. Same thing with this steel chest here. I'm going to rob this thing and take some of these things because I'm tired of making them myself. So let's turn this thing into a passive provider. These gears are now part of the network. We'll end up moving stuff around eventually. So our robots, or sorry, our inserters can now pick up 3 items at a time. If it's coming from a chest or from another... Well, you can just read it. When inserters are moving from one container to another or loading, unloading from trains, they can move more. So that's useful. It's good for loading up things that operate very quickly. We can do logistics 3. We can build the railway. I think we try to go down the rail tech. Okay, so do we have enough stuff to make another roboport? I need more iron gear wheels. Now also, there is research available that will give us logistic slots on our character, and I can tell the robots to bring things to me, which is really cool. But for now, we still have to walk around like a plebeian. Just pick this crap up ourselves. Make another roboport, because I want to have full coverage of my entire base. And since we got rid of that secondary thing, it looks like our pollution has gone down. We're not getting any more attacks for now. Eventually, I will be getting rid of these. It's on my to-do list. We need more steel to make electronic furnaces. This was a passive provider. That's fine. Let's see. Can we... These chests are not cheap. I mean, they do cost an advanced circuit apiece, which is plastic, and I mean, they're pretty damn expensive. So I hate to waste them. We already have one on hand. Let's just do that, and we will move that to there, that to there, and that way we only have to spend one chest. So steel is now part of the network. Is that coal? Oh, that's because I'm telling it to pick up coal. Well, I certainly don't need coal in my inventory. So let's drop all this crap off. Alright, we have our last roboport. Let's go put that thing over here to connect to the network. Looks like we can burn some more trees. Now when making logistic networks, it's very important that you don't make U-shapes, because they'll fly from point to point and they'll just die. So it's okay to have like a long, straight network. That battery should be part of the network. Let's do a passive provider. Okay, batteries are now part of the network. We have 782. Now let's make a requester chest. The blue ones. And let's do that. And let's have this thing request copper. Let's make sure that it always has about 300 copper. The other thing that batteries need is iron plates. So let's also request iron plates. Let's make sure we have a supply of about 300 iron plates. That might be too much. Let's just lower it down to about 100. I don't want them to spend all of their effort on one chest, you know. Okay, and that's about it. But we do have 2 chemical plants using iron, so let's actually request twice as much iron as copper. So because copper is part of the network, they're bringing the copper over. How unfortunately this thing actually doesn't need copper, it needs steel or iron to work. So we need to go find where we're storing our iron and make that into an active provider. Sorry, a passive provider. I think we were boxing some iron somewhere, weren't we? We did at one point. There it is. 2.7k. That's just a steel chest. Now it is a passive provider. So now we have 4.1 thousand copper, 3,000 iron plates. Got stone, batteries, bunch of crap, really. No research being conducted. Let's fix that. So we researched the railway. Automated rail transportation sounds pretty good. I've actually not used trains yet, so we're going to have to experiment with that. I think before we do that, I want to get the electric furnace thing going. So we got 6 down there. Let's do 6 up here as well. We'll do the same kind of basic layout. I'd actually like them to be right up next to each other, but do I really want to reroute that plastic? That is a lot of plastic. My gosh. Maybe we don't need to make plastic anymore. For a while, perhaps. Oh well, we'll use a smart inserter. No, regular inserter. and put it into a provider chest. Let's connect the plastics into the system. And I guess we'll just, it won't be right next to it, it's fine. That's not right. Alright, so to mirror this design, we're going to want one set of space, 2 tracks in the middle, one set of space, and then the rest of these. And we actually kind of need to move this thing in order to make it fit. Alright, plastic. You're going on a trip. Okay, let's wait till that bleeds off. Should take it a while, but so we're going to move this all down. So the robots are kind of doing their job. They're flying around, moving stuff a little bit. Did I make iron part of the network? I can't remember now. I did. So that's probably what they're going to spend most of their time on, is keeping batteries going. And we also probably have a few more of them, don't we? We have another construction robot. Let's throw them in the air. Do we have any more logistics robots? Let's make a few more. They're very useful to have around. I'm not going to wait for this. This is taking forever. That gives us space for these 3. Out of curiosity, if we moved this thing up... Man, these things have a huge reach. Let's go there. Okay. So plastics are back and are routed around. Now we need iron instead of coming up this way. Oh, see, this is part of the reason why we're seeing our iron production stop. We've used up most of the resource. There's just not much left. Okay, so let's say that we had iron. Instead of going there, it's coming this way. It just goes right onto there. That means that this would be an output track. Actually, I like symmetry, so input, output, there. So that means you need an inserter to grab from here, here, and here. You need your output here, here, and here. You need your input from here, here, and here. And your output there, there, and there. Tie into the existing iron output that we have. And it looks like we are ready to go to turn it on. I think we just reroute the iron, and I think it'll function. Once all this iron gets through, we will turn off this, and we're ready to disassemble. Oh, we need some power here. That needs to be where it stops. And I'm pretty sure that with the current flow coming in that this one can replace this completely. So there goes all of our really high pollution. These things are 3.6 pollution. These guys are only 0.9. So our pollution should really have reduced. Yeah, it's pretty good. Looks like our robots are done being built, so let's throw them in the air. Where are they? There they are. Whee! I just love doing that. Fly, my pretties! Another thing that I did not replace, though, was the steel production. So we need to work that in there somewhere. So we actually do not even need this coal input anymore, which is awesome. Look at all this space. So much room for activities. Unfortunately, that has disassembled our gear assembly. Okay, so we're actually going to have to go up this way. Okay, that works-ish for now. And then we disassemble the rest of this fast track, and then we get ready to upgrade the new track to be fast. That's going to bother me. We need to really ramp up the inputs now, because we are going to have tons of power to convert raw materials into produced materials. Alright, cool. I am going to take a break here. Before we do that, though, let's remember to cut off the coal supply here. Our little robots just running around, doing their job. Here's some iron I found. Have fun. Okay, let's drop our coal off at some of these things. Alright, I'm going to take a break here. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. So, I'm totally focused on this right now. It's making it hard for me to cancel to stop the video. Get rid of all that coal. Yes! We're done with the coal. Cool. More flying robots. Do we have them? Where are they? I want to make more. We need iron. Ah, naturally. Okay, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.